see this smile? You see that? Oh. Not only is it my birthday today, thank you so much for all the messages on Twitter, by the way. I've turned 25. Yes, I know I look about 40. But not only is it my birthday, but Arsenal have played an absolute stormer against Everton today, 5-1. We also had the YouTube boxing event between JJ and Joe Weller, which was fantastic. I'm going to spoil it for some people, so if you want to click away or just skip this part, do it now. Okay, Joe was a very, very solid fighter today, and KSI was just that little bit better. That is, I think, the best way to explain today. I think, KSI talked the talk, but he has, as he said in the ring, he's walked the walk as well. He was just too much for Joe, but I've got so much respect for both of them. I personally thought Joe was going to win up until the last week or so. When you start seeing those pictures of JJ, he's completely changed. He's an animal. He is. He was absolutely phenomenal. So massive grats to JJ for basically outboxing Joe. So just thought I'd have a quick word on that. It was a fantastic event. Shame it was at the same time as the Arsenal game. I was trying to watch both. But let's talk about Arsenal. I mean, the image you're looking at right now on your screen, Mkhitaryan and Aubameyang, our new signings. Their shirts next to each other, and they were fantastic today. I mean, Aubameyang got his goal, which I'll talk about. But for me, Mkhitaryan was just... You didn't see that against you didn't see that for Man United very often against other teams they were playing. Mkhitaryan just wasn't in the right setup, and he got 3 assists today. He got a hat-trick of assists. I mean, what more do you want from a creative midfielder? I think Ozil's going to be under pressure. He may have just signed a new contract, and he's our king player. He's the biggest player at the club. But Mkhitaryan, he's going to be hot on his tails with assists and sheer numbers. Just the stats from that game. It's going to be interesting to see how those two fit in together. Two very creative players, very forward-thinking. But yeah, it was just phenomenal to see Mkhitaryan, especially out on the right side. He seemed to do really well. That means Ozil's more free to go in the middle. And then we had Iwobi on the left, who I have been slating a lot recently. I thought he was much, much better today. I think it helped that we were winning so early on. He just relaxed and did his thing. So well done to Iwobi. And of course, Pierre up front. It's just... It just reminds you of having Thierry Henry in the squad. He's nowhere near as good as Thierry Henry, and I don't think he will be. I grew up watching Thierry Henry, so I can resonate with what I'm seeing today. It really felt like we had Thierry Henry in the squad. Just the sheer stature of Aubameyang, very similar build, quick, lethal finish. Yes, his goal was offside, but it was already 3-0. Let's just let him have that one, shall we? And it's just incredible. And where does this leave Lacazette? What do we do with that situation? I'm going to make a bold prediction. I think we'll sell Lacazette in the summer. I really do. I think he's going to go to Atletico Madrid or something like that. Because when you see how he played today, how he played as a team, I'm not sure how Lacazette quite fits in. But if we get injuries, then of course that's when you need another world-class player that you can call upon. So you've got to give it to Arsenal and Arsene Wenger for what was possibly going to be an absolutely shocking transfer window, letting go of our best asset in Sanchez, letting go of Theo, and he'd made a really good start at Everton, Giroud obviously to Chelsea, but bringing in Mkhitaryan was a great idea. I wasn't too sure about it when I first heard about it, a swap with Alexis, but seems to be a bit of a genius idea. Whoever came up with it, might have been Manchester United actually, but getting Aubameyang to sign on when we're 6th in the league, we're in a very, very tough spot right now as a club. That is one thing I'll always say about Wenger. He has pulling power. I've said this so many times. Yes, I do think it's time that he leaves. I think at the end of this season, maybe he should go, or at least in 2019. Well, that would be maybe another season and a half. It's difficult. I think that his time has come. We just need to find the replacement. And I think that whilst we've got Wenger, we are able to pull in the big names, which is definitely a good thing. So let's talk about the general play today, because Ramsey was probably our man of the match. He did get a hat-trick, his first ever career hat-trick, not just for Arsenal, but just in general. And it might be his last. He doesn't score hat-tricks very often, as you know, because he hasn't had one before, but He was brilliant. He was in the right position all the time. And, welcome back to the squad, Aaron Ramsey. With Jack Wilshere and Xhaka doing so well together. Xhaka obviously in and out of form a little bit, but Jack's been so good for us. The fact that, Jack hasn't been well, so he wasn't fully fit today, that we can throw in Aaron Ramsey and he can bag a hat-trick against a pretty decent Everton side. Let's not be unfair here. I know Everton haven't done brilliantly this season. They've got a new lot of players coming in that need to gel. They are still a solid team. We've lost to Everton many times in the past, specifically away, I would say. We do better at home. But it's not an easy team to play against, especially if they sit back. And for Ramsey to get 3 goals from midfield is very impressive. Aubameyang got his goal, although it was offside, but lovely play. And Koscielny getting a goal, which is nice to see. We continue the trend of scoring with our defenders more so than the attackers. But it was really refreshing to see. Every time, we looked up and wanted to pass it, we would choose either wing that made sense. Instead of just, where's Alexis? Oh, there he is. Let's chip the ball to him. And then he'd run and lose it and complain. Yeah, it's much, much nicer to see a team being cohesive, working together, and they're all equals. Yes, I know Meza is, one of the best creative midfielders in the world. There's no doubt about it. Mkhitaryan, just below him, I would say. Aubameyang, one of the best strikers in the world. But there's a lot of players in this first team that aren't world class, but everyone it feels like we are all in it together. And that is a really, really nice thing to have as a club. I mean, we have been winning trophies. We've won the FA Cup 3 times in the last 5 years, which is great. So we're winning trophies. They may not be the trophies we really want, but not only are we playing as a team, we're winning trophies, and we've got a safe environment, and that is such a nice thing to have at a club, And I know that we all complain that Wenger's basically in charge of everything and that he's immune. He just doesn't seem to get anywhere near leaving the club or being fired. He just doesn't. And some clubs would cry for that. They would absolutely love a club that is so stable. That's the word. We are stable. We're inconsistent when it comes to the Premier League. We're inconsistent over the last couple of years with the Champions League. We haven't reached the final for a long time. And that sucks. But what we are consistent in is being classy as a club. And that is worth something. I'm just so relieved. I think that's what it is as well. That we have picked up another win, 5-1, after that Swansea defeat. But, you put that behind. It's happened. It's gone. We've signed Aubameyang since then, which is a massive, massive bit of hype. A bit of excitement injected into the fans and the club. And now we've got a huge result, a 5-1 result, after losing Alexis, Giroud, Theo. It's quite a lot of goals there. It seems like we are on the up again, but I just don't want to get ahead of myself and start saying those kind of things because it takes one bad result. We've got Tottenham next, okay? If we get smashed by Tottenham, which isn't unrealistic, you saw how good they were against Manchester United. The good thing is, we are going to be bouncing after this result. We're going to be feeling good about ourselves. We're good at Wembley. We pretty much run that place at the moment. We don't lose many games at Wembley. I think we can go there and get a win. But it's 2 North London teams in pretty good form after their last results, isn't it? I mean, 2-0 against Man United for Tottenham. They looked extremely good, very strong. Don't think Man United really turned up, in fairness. But then, we've won 5-1 against a pretty poor Everton side this season. So we both go into that game. It's an absolute must-win for Arsenal. If we do not win that game, we can kiss top 4 goodbye. It's quite simple for me. We have to beat them at Wembley. And I'm feeling a lot more confident now than I was a couple of days ago after the Swansea result. I think it's great to see that Aubameyang not only got the start today, but scored as well. That is a massive confidence booster for him because coming to a new team, a new country, you're coming in as a prolific striker. You've got the number 14 shirt. You're the new Thierry Henry. If you go 5, 6, 7 games without scoring, it's not a good feel. He's come straight into the team today after being ill this week as well, so there's no way his body's 100%, and he's banged in a goal already. Yes, it was offside, but he would have scored if he was onside as well. It's not one of those where he only scored because of the advantage of being offside. He was through as it was. And also we were 3-0 up at the time, and I think we deserve a little bit of luck, so he would have got another goal, I think, had he not got that one. He would have been determined to really score, make sure he gets a goal on his first game. But Mkhitaryan as well, 3 assists. You can't go wrong with that. Ramsey, I think, got man of the match, but my personal man of the match award would go to Mkhitaryan. I thought Iwobi was so much better, and our defence was good as well. So overall, as a whole, this has been a very good day. I am thinking of streaming later, a bit of a birthday stream. We're going to be playing some career mode. I might actually play and finish my Arsenal career mode that I've been doing on Twitch. So if you're interested in that, there is a link below. Go ahead and drop a follow on my Twitch channel. Make sure you follow me on Twitter as well, because I always say I'm going live on there. But I'll upload a video on YouTube as well saying I'm live. So thank you for watching this one. Fantastic result for the Arsenal. Hopefully we can go into the game against Tottenham and get not a similar result. Well, I'd love a similar result, but it's unlikely. But just a solid win and a good performance. That's all we need.